guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about a hot topic, and that is using a Ferrari such as this as a daily driver. Now, the car I'm sat in has been my daily for a whopping 9 years now. It's not my first daily driven Ferrari, but it's certainly been my longest. So let's take a drive out and discuss the practicalities of doing such a crazy thing. So you guys are probably asking yourself right now, why would you listen to me on this and not some of the big names like Doug who've done similar kind of videos? So let me give you a few credentials about myself. Past 20 years, I've probably owned approximately 30 personal Ferraris, ranging through all the kind of models there. And in that time period, I've probably done a few 100,000 miles in those cars. So not only that, I buy cars from around the world, all around the world. Things like this is a mint condition 355 Spider that's under wraps, through to project cars that are non-running, need work and need fixing, and stuff like this, which was it was probably the world's only wrap look Ferrari, which was built from a rolling chassis and two massive wooden crates full of parts. So I fix cars, maintain them, build them. I even do videos like this to help you guys fix your own things with the common problems on Ferraris. So it's safe to say I've got a little bit of experience, so I can tell you all about these things, yeah? So one of the most obvious first questions with dailying a Ferrari is the expense and the cost of doing such a thing. So let's say you can afford a Ferrari itself. The next factor is obviously the running costs of doing such a thing on a daily basis, and that includes things like insuring it, the maintenance of it, the fuel costs, the upkeep, and you know, using a car like this as a daily driver, as you will see from this car, it has a knock-on effect that, you know, these were not really built to be used daily. And they suffer, they're very low cars, they suffer with rock chips and all kinds of things. Like I say, you'll see it with this car. That doesn't bother me, by the way. This is my daily driver for the past 9 years. This is a 360 Challenge Stradale 2003 car. As you can see, it is used and abused. There's my daughter. There's all the battle scars. It is enjoyed to the max. Lovely car. Great noise. Let's have a little tour on the inside.
I want your rat.
You want the rat? Hold the rat. So there she is. Engine wise. Needs a good clean up. She sure sounds good. Okay, and it does this. Ready, Cole?
I like this rat. Do it again.
So, why do I use this as a daily? And the simple answer to that question is the fun factor. Now, you get one shot at life and you want to live each day and enjoy each day, right? So I use this 360 as much as I can. Now, it's not a garage queen like most Ferraris. It has plenty of battle scars, as you'll see when we tour the car later. But when it makes a noise like that, or like this, you can see why every journey leaves me with a smile on my face. Okay, though, the next big dilemma you have, depending on your circumstances, is these. What's your name?
Because
And how old are you?
4.
Nicole is my youngest daughter. She's 4. I have 2. But you've always been in this car since you were tiny, really, haven't you? You've grown up in this car.
I know I was been here before I was
About 1, I think, weren't you, when you came in this car?
no 0.
0. Okay, we go for coffees in these when you were little, didn't we?
Yeah,
And what do you like about this car, darling?
because I like the beeping.
The
noise.
beeper. And you like the noise it makes, don't you?
Yeah,
Should we
and
go
I
for a
like-
drive?
And I like the Ferrari, and when it starts that engine, I like the noise.
Brilliant. Well, we're going to go for a drive. So, I have 2 children. I have 1 seat. Okay, on a day like today when I've only got one of them with me. But when we have your sister as well, I'll show you what we do. We have 2 solutions. Right, let's go for a drive, shall we? Okay.
Dad, can we go to the cinema?
Sure we can. Let's get in the car. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's try something else.
What about this, Dad?
That's not going to work either.
What's this back, Daddy?
Nope. We need another plan. Option 1. Did you know you could fit 3 small humans in the front trunk of a Ferrari 360? The solution to the problem if you have a small family is right here. This is my 456 GTA. It's 2+2. So you get the idea. 2 seats at the back. Not massive leg room, but enough really for my 2 little nippers to sit in the back there. They love this car and love going for little drives in it. Quite good value for money this day and age. Ferrari do a few 2+2s, including this. Modern cars like the FF, actually even better than this. But value for money, really good. This is cool. I'm going to be doing a mini restoration on this, as I've done in the 348 and the 308 series. So watch this space, subscribe to the channel, and you'll see this one coming up shortly. Ready for this tunnel? Ready? Okay, so the car draws a bit of attention, yeah? This is a black car. It didn't actually have a stripe on it when I bought it, and I did buy it just to be a bit more subtle, but then I stuck the stupid big stripe down it, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. Anyway, you're buying a Ferrari, you will get noticed. Everyone loves these kind of cars. Probably part of the reason why you bought it anyway. And yes, it gets a bit tedious at times, but in all honesty, most of the time, I blinker it out. I don't even see it, you know. I take someone on the passenger ride in this car, and they're like, oh, you see that guy's reaction or that guy's reaction? And I don't even notice it anymore. Saying that, I'm just getting stared at now. Another big factor when daily in one of these is the cost of maintenance. Now, that really could be how long is a piece of string, and it depends on a lot of factors. Number 1, how big is your wallet? Are you prepared to do some of the work yourself? Are you going to take it to a Ferrari main dealer? Are you going to take it to a specialist if not? And depending on those answers, it has a huge effect on the cost to maintain one of these cars. Now, as I said, I do a lot of maintenance myself. It never started that way. It was always in a garage getting done. But over the years, with confidence, I have done or started to do more and more work myself. And this day and age, with forums and YouTube, etc., so many people have got the knowledge on how to do it. If you want to ask, most people are willing to tell you how to do these kind of things. So, typically, this kind of car, 360 for instance, it was a great design because behind here there is a panel you can take off. It's got about 100 bolts and you can access directly the cam belts. Now, cam belts are always a biggie. That's the question everyone asks. When were the cam belts last changed on the Ferrari? Yeah, and again, depending on the model, 355. You have to drop the engine out, or supposedly you have to drop it out. You can actually drop the fuel tanks, and a specialist will drop the fuel tanks in the car, and the cost comes down considerably. You take it to a main dealer, and they'll probably drop the engine and then charge you an arm and a leg, mainly in labour. The actual cost of the parts is cheap, you know, less than £100 for a set of belts on most of Ferraris, and it's the labour cost of actually fitting them that is the big inflator of the price. So this car, like I say, really good. You take the panel off, you take the belts. Even if I took it to a specialist, it's like £300 or £400. So that, in comparison to something like a BMW, modern day Audi, Mercedes, it's in line with the same kind of pricing. So to give you an example, I've just picked up 2 spark plugs for a 355. This is to the general public. This is not trade discount. There is, however, a weekend kind of savers code special offer. So I have just paid for 2, including the VAT, £10.32. So £5 for a spark plug. No different to any other car. So another big Ferrari maintenance cost, supposedly, is the clutch. Now, this car's 9 years old. I put approximately 50,000 on it when I bought it. It was only a few years old, and good history on it, all the history. Car had 20,000 miles on it, never had a clutch prior to me buying the car, not had a clutch since, so this car is still on its original clutch. I am not the only Ferrari person. I've spoken to many other owners, and 360 specifically as well, or in particular, very, very good on clutches. So, all these naysayers about Ferrari clutches and things like that, are they speaking from experience or a little rumour that they heard once? See, everyone moans about speed bumps on a Ferrari. Now, number one, they're there for a reason, to slow people down. Yeah, you have to slow a little bit more on a Ferrari, but I'm going to show you a little trick. There is a way on some speed bumps, you don't even need to slow down. These bumps here have a bit in between. Now, 360 is wide enough to go straight over. Watch this. This is a speed bump coming up. Ready? Watch this car in front. Speed bump. Now watch the 360. Flat out. Another one here coming up. Ready? Here we go. Don't even need to slow down. And this car is very low. It's lower than a normal Stradale. I've lowered it even more, and it doesn't hit. So speed bumps, nothing. Here comes another one down here. Watch this. Here we go. 20 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour. There we go. Oh, you did hear a bit of a scrape there. I failed, sorry. And just for the record, guys, I want to point out that I'm not basing this information solely on my experience with the Ferrari 360 series. We're currently sat in my 355 Spider F1, as you can see from the flappy paddle gearbox. Very nice car. Yes, I own more than one Ferrari, and yes, I worked very hard for that privilege to do so. So don't shoot me down in the comments. But the point is, it's a rounded view on my experience with many models over many years. So we're in the 355. Sorry, I just need to overtake someone then. I won't put you through. I've got a bit of camera shake on this one. I didn't have the mount, so I apologise for that. I won't do too much filming this, otherwise you guys are going to feel sick. But 355, this one's an F1 gearbox. Not as bad as everyone makes out. Quite pleasant actually, and easy to drive. Can cruise around in it, and if you want to go fast, trust me, nail this right leg down a little bit and this thing flies. So, spacious car, very pretty Ferrari as well. I use the 355 every day for a few years. This has been my fourth 355, so pretty much quite a bit of experience with these as well. Off-roading in a Ferrari. So I regularly take the 360 as my shopping car to the local supermarket. As you can see from the front boot space, it's got plenty of storage. Okay, so next dilemma to quash. So another big factor when daily driving a Ferrari is obviously the fuel cost. Now, I'll be brutally honest. In the 9 years I've had this and all the other Ferraris I've owned before it, I have never once figured out the real, true cost for miles per gallon this car delivers. Obviously that changes with a lot of factors, how heavy your right foot is, how you drive the car, where you drive the car, many things like that. But the point is, I don't actually know what it is. I don't even know what Ferrari quote it is, but I'll find it out. I'm going to stick it up there or down there. Anyway, this being a 360, the newer models are probably better. It's not as bad as you think. I use this on short local journeys through to long distance, several hour journeys when I used to use it for work as well, and it's surprisingly good. It's not a Prius, it's not a Tesla for sure, but you know, fun factor when you weigh that in, you arrive wherever you are with a smile on your face. So another big factor when dailying a Ferrari is the comfort side of it. Now this is probably not the best example car to tell you that in. This is, of all the Ferraris, one of the most uncomfortable to use as a daily. So this is being a Stradale, it's stripped out, it's lightweight, has no carpet, has a very noisy exhaust, probably the most noisy exhaust from a factory that Ferrari ever created. That's street legal. Stiff suspension, those kind of things. So I'm on the most bumpy road possible as well, just to show you. The positive sides of this car though, these seats, these race seats, They're like carbon fibre, but they are super comfy. I have used this car twice now, third time again this year. We'll be going to Le Mans in it. So that is, wow, it's well over 12 hours, you know, from door to door to do that, with all the ferries, tunnels and everything like that, crossing the tolls. And don't get backache. I suffer with backache and sciatica, but this car is spot on. Yeah, the seats on this are amazingly good and surprising as well. So other Ferraris I've had, they're all pretty good. I've done a lot of driving in Ferraris, a lot of long distance driving Ferraris. I've picked up Ferraris from Austria, driven them back to the UK, and that was just 430 Scuderia, again carbon race seats, very good. 355s from France to England, I've driven them all, and they're all very good. So comfort wise, from a seat perspective, really great. Having a conversation in a car like this, that's another factor altogether. I like to let the engine do the talking, conversation wise. Tasty. Ease of driving, and again, not being the simplest of Ferraris. F1 gearbox, not even modern day technology. This car's 15 years old, more than that, 16 years old now. Easy, it's like a PlayStation game. 2 pedals down there, not even a clutch, F1 gearbox, no problem at all. And nowadays they're even easier. Don't get me wrong though guys, mark my words, unless you treat these cars with respect, they will come and bite you in the arse big time. As I have found out over the years, a couple of times myself. So let's wrap this video up with a quick summary. Should you use a Ferrari as a daily driver? The simple answer to that is it's absolutely entirely up to you. Personally, I like to do it. Other people get the enjoyment out of having their Ferraris in their garage, gleaming, polishing them, and that's brilliant. You know, it's lovely to have a rounded community where you've got different ends of the spectrum. All I'm saying in the video is Ferraris are totally capable of being used in such a manner. Yeah. Personal experience would be cars from 2000 onwards, such as the 360, 430, anything newer that, they are much more capable of being used in such a way. Earlier cars, 308s, 328s, I probably wouldn't advise it, you know, if you're going to do something like that. Not as much fun, but that's the key really. It's whatever gives you enjoyment, whatever gives you a smile on your face, and you know, it goes back to rule number 1, you only live once, so enjoy it.